All right, I want to kind of maybe get a little face-to-face action trying a YouTube video for the first time. My children will be proud of me for getting into the technological age, but I just want to kind of go over a few things. One thing, remember, math is a subject that, concentrates on focusing on detail, paying attention to detail, learning how to follow steps, organizing, planning, all those items is really what you're learning from math. You may not realize it, but that's what you are learning. It trains your brain to think differently. So you've got to pay attention to your signs. Make sure when you multiply an equation, you multiply everything in the equation. When you're subtracting a negative, you make it a positive. Uh, you know, when you're trying to move terms from one side to the other, you add or subtract it to both sides. So many things that you have to learn. So many rules in math. Um, just so many things that can be overwhelming, but will help you. Not the specifics may not be useful to you or relative to you in your day-to-day life, but the thinking skills will. When you're on your job, uh, it does help if you're good with detail oriented. That's such a buzzword. And that's what math helps you with. So try to remember that as you're working through this stuff. And if you get frustrated, um, with some of the topics, just try to remember it's benefiting you in ways you don't know right now. Okay, so that's that. Other issue is, you have to have a passing average on your midterm and final. So make sure that you prepare correctly. Um, for those of y'all that maybe are borderline, I put on what you needed to make on the final to pass the class, because it doesn't matter what your average is in the class. You must have a passing average on these two tests. Okay, it's in the syllabus. It's in plenty of locations in the class. That being said, when you review for the final, I stated this in an email I sent out last week. You need to review without your notes or book or any help at all, because you don't get your book or notes on your test. So if you're reviewing using your book or notes, it's going to make you nervous when you go to take the test because you don't have that crutch with you. So review for the test as you would if you were taking it. And then you'll know what you don't know, and it might help reduce your anxiety. All right. So that's a couple things that I wanted to go over. Preparing for your final. Um, Making sure you do your work. The next two sections are very important as you move forward. If you're taking Math 85, you've got to know your rules for exponents, and you've got to understand how to factor. So, make sure that you do well as you can with this. Try to learn it, try to work on it. If you need help, ask me. I'll do the best I can, over email. There's a link for tutoring. If you're a BCTC student, it's under the important class info tab. There's a link to our tutoring schedule. If you're at another campus, there should be tutoring at your local campus. So do what you can to try to get the help you need when you get stuck on stuff. Okay, because I'll do what I can, like I said, over email, but sometimes it's easier in person. And if you're really really hurting, we can maybe make an appointment, and I can meet you, in my office during the day. But I know many of y'all work, so you know, do what you can, because I know many students have trouble with factoring. Okay. Another thing, email. In the syllabus, I've stated that 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours is my turnaround on emails. Now, most of the time, I'm better than that, but weekends I may be out of town, um, so that's why I put that in there. I am old. I do not have my phone taped to my hand at all times. I check my email on the computer. So if you're in a panic state and you're needing to get a hold of me about something, I may not answer you in an hour because I don't use my phone for email. That's why if there's something going on, if you're getting a proctor somewhere else other than a testing center, you need to give 24 to 48 hours notice so that I get the email from your proctor. Going in at 3 o'clock for a 4 o'clock test and expecting me to email the instructions is risky. So luckily, I might be on there more often on the day of the test. But if I'm not at home, it won't be till I get home. Okay, I know you're freaking out because I'm on my phone all the time, but I'm not like my children. I'm not like a lot of y'all. I'm not on that phone all the time. I'm old, getting old. So try to respect that and don't, get angry at me if I don't answer you back within an hour because that's a little unrealistic for anybody. So please be patient. I'll do my best, and I'm usually pretty good at getting back with people within the 24 hours, except on weekends. So anyway, give me a break on that. So as we move forward, I really wish you all luck. Many of y'all are doing well. Many of y'all are doing well. Some of y'all are struggling. If you make below that 40% on the midterm, you might want to consider dropping and taking the class in person. The online format's not for everybody. Some people need that daily instruction. They need more structure in itself, and online has very, very little structure sometimes. So you got to know your strengths and weaknesses and what you need to do to be successful. So anyway, keep in mind, just if you have any questions, let me know. We've got a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks left. It's almost there. So get busy, pace yourself, and good luck. Have a good rest of the week.